Hello, my name is Mark. I am from Commuter down in Bristol. I just want to answer a question that we get asked a lot in store is battery health. How do I take care of my battery? What do I need to worry about? Well, batteries for the most part, like the more expensive premium bikes, will have BMS systems in them that protect you from things like overcurrent, overcharge, undercurrent, all of the things that could damage your battery. There's a lot of protections baked into the battery. But the long story is that for the most part, the BMS will protect you from the charge. So keep it charged as much as possible. You're not going to damage it because the battery will never charge to true 100%. Normally charges to about 90, maybe 85%, and it'll stop charging there. So the battery protects you from overcharging your battery. However, on the bottom, when you get to zero, again, it's not true zero. It will be around about the 10 to 15% mark. However, if you leave your battery to just discharge over time and it hits true zero, you will likely damage your cells. So a lot of times we service batteries where somebody has ridden the bike down to zero, they've left it standing in their shed for 3 months and the battery's completely discharged and the cells are starting to die. Every battery is made up of a lot of little cells as opposed to one big battery, and the battery can normally handle 1 or 2 of them failing, but at a certain point, if too many of them fail, the battery will just die. You will know that it's a battery fault when you've tested your charger on various ports, you know the charge is working, but as you plug it in, the light will just automatically go green and the battery no longer charges. Okay, so that is sort of the long and short of battery health. Never let it completely discharge. Something else to consider is when your battery is low, a lot of bikes will automatically drop the power, meaning that you can't draw too much power from a failing, or not a failing battery, but a battery that's running out of current. If your bike doesn't do that, and the battery's at 15%, don't put it into max power mode, put it into eco mode, and just ride it comfortably so that you're not taking more power than the battery can give, thus damaging. Now, in terms of safety, this is a big one. Cheap bike brands like Engway do not have a lot of safety checks on their batteries. I mean, I'm looking at a battery here that we pulled out of a bike, and I mean, it's got a few security measures, but I can just tell by looking at it that it's got no certification on it, and I would not leave this charging in my house unattended at all, in no way, shape or form. A Bosch battery or a high-end Bafang battery, I'm not too concerned about, to be honest. I mean, I would always suggest that you put it on a timer, just to make sure that you're not just leaving it plugged in endlessly. But for example, a Bosch charger, if I just left that battery charging in my bedroom, I wouldn't really worry about it. I know how many security features it has, starting with the charger right down to the battery. Last but not least, on your battery health, be careful about buying unknown brand chargers. For the most part, a good way to tell if a charger is any good is if you pick it up and it feels paper-like, it's probably a trash charger and you shouldn't buy it. If you pick it up, it's got some heft to it, probably a decent charger. That's a good way of telling, but for the most part, double check that. And last but not least, if you are buying a second-hand charger, you just need to make sure that the voltages match. The amperages don't really matter as much, but the volts must match. So if you've got a 48 volt battery, make sure that your charger is 48 volts. Don't undercharge it, don't use a 52, just make sure that you match the charger to the battery. And really, that's the long and short of it. Any other questions, just ask in the comments and we'll let you know. Thank you.